Little girl's secret signal to her dog shocks the courtroom vertical bar, heartwarming story. In a small town called Maplewood, there lived a 12-year-old girl named Emily. She had long brown hair and bright blue eyes that always seemed to be watching everything around her. But most people didn't know how brave she really was. Emily lived with her mom, who worked 2 jobs just to pay the bills. Life wasn't easy for them, but they had each other and their dog, Max. Max wasn't just any dog. He was a big golden retriever with soft fur and a wagging tail that could make anyone smile. He had been Emily's best friend ever since he came into her life 3 years ago. They played together, walked together, and even slept in the same room. Max was more than a pet. He was family. But one day, something terrible happened. Emily's mom was accused of stealing money from the store where she worked. The owner said the numbers didn't add up and blamed her. Even though Emily knew her mom was innocent, no one believed her. Soon, her mom was taken to court. Emily felt lost. She begged and pleaded with the judge to believe her, but grown-ups always said, "Let the law decide." She didn't understand why the truth didn't matter. Then one morning, as she sat on the bench outside the courtroom with Max beside her, an idea hit her like lightning. She remembered how smart Max was. He could do all kinds of tricks: sit, stay, roll over, even fetch things by name. But there was one special trick only Emily knew about: a secret signal. When Max heard a certain word or sound, he would run to the thing Emily wanted him to find. It started as a game, but now Emily thought it might help prove her mom's innocence. The next day, when the courtroom was full and everyone was arguing, Emily raised her hand and asked if she could bring Max inside. The judge looked confused but agreed. "Please," Emily said, standing up with tears in her eyes, "just let me try something." Everyone fell silent. Emily turned to Max. She took a deep breath and whispered the word, "Find it." Max's ears perked up. He sniffed the air once, twice, then suddenly ran across the courtroom toward the store owner's lawyer. People gasped. Max stopped right in front of the man's briefcase and barked. Then he pawed at it with his paws. "What is this nonsense?" the judge asked. "Please," Emily begged, "open the bag." The judge nodded, and the bailiff opened the briefcase. Inside were papers, pens, and a folder labeled store records. Emily stepped forward. "My mom never stole anything," she said firmly, "but I think someone else did." The lawyer tried to close the case quickly, but the judge ordered the folder to be checked. When they looked inside, they found hidden receipts and notes showing that the lawyer had changed the numbers to frame Emily's mom. It turned out the lawyer had been stealing money himself and wanted to blame Emily's mom so he wouldn't get caught. Everyone was stunned. Emily stood there, holding Max's leash tightly. Tears filled her eyes, but this time they were tears of joy. The judge smiled and said, "This little girl and her dog have done something amazing today. Your mom is innocent." The courtroom burst into applause. Later, the reporter asked Emily how she knew Max could help. "I just knew," she said, smiling down at her furry friend. "He always knows what to do when I need him." From that day on, Emily and Max became local heroes. People talked about how brave a child could be, and how loyal a dog could stay. And Emily's mom, she hugged her daughter so tight. Neither of them wanted to let go. Max got a medal from the town mayor and a lifetime supply of his favorite treats. But for Emily, the real reward was seeing her mom smile again, and knowing that love, courage, and a little bit of dog magic can change the world. After the trial, life in Maplewood slowly went back to normal. But for Emily and Max, things were different. They had become more than just a girl and her dog. They were heroes. Reporters came from all over to talk to them. Some even wanted to make a movie about what happened. Emily found it strange being on TV, but Max loved the extra attention and the treats that came with it. One day, a woman from the city visited their town. She was a dog trainer who worked with police dogs. She told Emily, "Max is very special. He could be trained to help find lost people or even help solve crimes." Emily looked at Max, who was lying on the floor chewing a shoe. She laughed. "He does love solving mysteries," she said. The woman offered to train Max to be an official search and rescue dog. It was a big chance for him, but also meant he might have to leave home for months of training. Emily thought about it for a long time. She didn't want to let go of her best friend, but then she remembered how Max had helped save her mom. Maybe this was his way of helping other families too. So, with a heavy heart but a brave smile, Emily agreed. Max left for training 2 weeks later. The house felt quiet without him. No one could hear his paws thumping on the floor. No one barked when the mail arrived, and there was no warm wiggly body waiting by the door when Emily got home from school. But she kept busy. Her mom had gotten her job back, and they finally had enough money to buy new shoes, ones Max couldn't chew up. Months passed. Emily wrote letters to Max every week, and sometimes she got pictures back. In the photos, Max was wearing a bright red vest and standing next to real police officers. He looked proud. Then, one cold winter day, there was a knock on the door. Emily opened it and gasped. There stood Max, wagging his tail so hard it looked like it might fall off. Behind him was the dog trainer, smiling. "He graduated at the top of his class," the woman said. Emily dropped to her knees and wrapped her arms around Max's neck. He licked her face and whined happily. "I missed you so much," she whispered. That night, the whole town threw a party for Max. There were balloons, cake, and even a little cape made just for him. People clapped when he walked in, and kids lined up to pet the hero dog. From that day on, Max became Maplewood's first official search and rescue dog. When someone got lost in the woods or something important went missing, everyone knew who to call. And Emily, she stayed by his side, proud and happy. She learned that sometimes, the people or dogs who love us the most can do amazing things when we believe in them, even if they do still chew your shoes sometimes.